Right guys, this is a very impromptu rant video, and it's just because I was flicking through the channels trying to find something good to watch, and Ideal World came up. And if you don't know what Ideal World is, it's a shopping channel in the UK. You know what shopping channels are, they're trying to sell you stuff, you phone up, or you can go on the internet and buy it. Anyway, the only reason I stuck on this channel, actually I'll turn it down, I've still got it in the background, I'll turn it down a bit, because this woman's voice annoys me. The only reason I stopped on this channel was because it had, it said it was selling computers. It was like some Toshiba Computers Hour, and seeing as I just bought a new PC, a custom built one, I decided, I'm gonna check out how much similar things are. And what was being sold was a laptop, and this is just sort of sparked off this rant, and the rant is about companies that are selling computers. They're like advertising on television, and they're not telling you the most important things. What companies will do is they'll say the processor, but they won't give the specification on its power. They'll say the operating system, and they'll say how big the hard drive is. And that's it. Fair enough, the operating system's quite an important part, because if you don't get a student discount, operating systems like Windows 7, Mac OS X can be quite expensive. But that's pretty simple and basic, just saying the operating system. Saying how much the hard drive can hold does not really matter. As a hard drive, it's one of the cheapest components of a computer, and worst comes to worst, you can buy an external hard drive, and that's as easy as plugging in a USB. And telling me that, like they'll say it's like a dual core or a quad core processor, and that's fair enough, but I want to know its gigahertz, I want to know its cache, I want to know things like that. And you might be saying, oh, that's just you because you know about computers and you'd want to go into more details. I think if you're not going to tell someone straight up the processor, the RAM, the graphics card, you're not telling them everything about that product. I think it should be a standard that they have to uphold when advertising. Fair enough, when you go into the store, they'll have the full specification written out, as they have to, they can't hide details from you. But I think it's so stupid they're trying to sell you these products and they're not telling you what they do. I don't care what operating system's on it, because there's always going to be an operating system on it. Unless it's a custom built PC, you're obviously going to give me an operating system, and you're going to give me the latest one, because they don't, as soon as a new operating system comes out, they'll put that on all their new machines. I don't care how much the hard drive can hold, because I have an external hard drive, I can get a new hard drive as it's one of the cheapest components, and I don't care that you're telling me, oh, it's a dual core processor. That's fine. There's about 700 types of dual-core processor. I'd like to know what this one can do. And what really pissed me off about this woman is it's someone who doesn't know anything about technology, and that's a big no-no for me. I don't think you should be selling something that you have no fucking clue how to use. And a quote from her was, what was the quote that she said? She said a brilliant quote. She said something like, oh yeah, she said, technology scares the crap out of me. That's not the biggest selling point for buying a laptop from you if you've just told us the thing you're trying to sell scares the crap out of you and you have no idea what it does. So literally, this thing, I'll read it now. This is the specification that they are selling this on TV. They're saying dual core 15.6 inch laptop with Windows 7 Home Premium 64-bit. I doubt it needs 64-bit. I doubt it's powerful enough to be able to, should be running 64-bit, but you know, I can't tell. 250GB hard drive and software. Wow, software, that's going into it. So basically, when you say software, you probably mean the shit that comes on the PC that you don't want, the useless shit, and the stuff that's a trial that runs out after 3 days anyway. And that's the most annoying thing. This laptop that they're selling for £500, it might be overpriced. I can't tell. If I can't tell if it's overpriced or not, that's what's pissing me off. If it was overpriced and they list the specification, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's just TV, they're selling it overpriced to people who don't really know what they're buying. But they're not even telling me what it is, so I can't even tell if it's overpriced, so I can't tell if it's ripping me off, and it's pissing me off so much. And one of the things is, she's now trying to sell this laptop, she's trying to talk, she's just doing her job, just trying to talk through things, and she's like, oh, look at this screen, it's backlit. She mentioned a backlit screen as a pro, as a reason to buy this thing. Of course it's fucking backlit. If it wasn't backlit, you wouldn't be able to see anything. And backlit screens aren't the good things. They're now bringing in screens that are like sort of naturally light. They're trying to get those new, the new types of screens. I can't remember what they're called, but the ones that sort of naturally light themselves, so they're saving you on electricity. And she said 4-hour battery life on this laptop as if it was a good thing. She has no fucking clue. And then they brought in an expert. And by expert, I mean someone who's probably used a computer for a year, at least someone who's not scared of computers. And all she did was start explaining what Windows 7 was. Fair enough, you're explaining what Windows 7 is. I'd also like you to explain to me what the system can do, the specifications. I thought it would be like, okay, the woman who knows nothing about this is now stopped talking. Now the expert will come in and tell me what this thing does. Nope, it's been on for 45 minutes. And not once have they told me how much RAM is in it. Not once have they told me it's graphics card. I'm assuming it's built-in graphics, and that's why they don't want to say it. And not once has it told me the gigahertz of the processor, which is one of the main things, if you think about it. And she started mentioning things like, oh, you can now snap the windows. You know, on Windows 7, when you drag the window and you put it to the left or put it to the right, it'll fill up half the screen, so you can do half and half. She started talking about that, and then she started talking about the built-in software that Toshiba had put on it, like it was a good thing. It was this really shitty, like, a poor man's version of Windows Sidebar, which I don't use anyway, but I know you can get some quite good gadgets to go on it. But it was a poor man's version of that, where you just put post-it notes up, and she was trying to use that as a good selling tip. And it's just, oh my God, if you don't know what you're talking about and you're not telling me what the product is, how can you sell that? To me, as someone who knows computers, but to someone who doesn't want to get ripped off, trying to sell you a laptop without telling you what the processor is, the proper processor, not just telling me what it's called or telling me it's dual core or quad core, without telling me the gigahertz, not telling me that, not telling me anything. They haven't even mentioned the RAM or the graphics card at all. They've just said it can run HD. They haven't told me the resolution of the screen, just the width. But without telling me processor, graphics card and RAM, that's the same thing as going to like McDonald's and them saying burger and chips. That's like, they're not telling you what the burger is, if it's beef or chicken or fish, and not telling you what fillings there are. It's like, how are you getting away with selling that? I know that there are some people that don't know that much about computers, but surely we've advanced enough that you have to, like, tell us what you're selling. It's so stupid. And it's something that's always pissed me off in PC World adverts, PC World being another UK company that sells computers, and they advertise, and they never say what processor there is. They're a bit better, they usually say what RAM it is, but they never give the specifications of the processor. And to me, I don't know about you guys, to me, the gigahertz of the processor is the main thing I'm going to look for when buying. I know graphics cards can be more expensive than processors, especially the high-end ones, but RAM is relatively cheap. Getting an external hard drive or even a replacement hard drive, relatively cheap again, but and I'm sorry about the lighting, because this webcam's a bit fussy with lighting and I didn't want to turn on lights, and it's because it's late at night, so I just went with black and white. You're not really missing anything, especially as this top is just black and grey checkers, so you're really not missing out on anything. But yeah, that was my rant. People that don't know, basically two things coming together in a massive clusterfuck rage. People who don't know what they're selling, people who don't know anything about the item they're selling, and also people undersell. I guess I call it underselling computers, not telling me the main specifications of computers when they're trying to sell it to me. So that was quite angry from me on my behalf. I need to eat a lot of food to get over this. No, I'm joking. Anyway, it's almost 10 minutes of me yelling at this stupid woman. Let me just turn it up, see what she's talking about now. They've literally been looping like a demo video of random shit, like the test videos you get with Windows. And all they're doing is saying, look at this color definition, look how good this looks. And that's them recording it through a TV camera, so it looks shit. And they're not telling us the resolution. They're saying it's HD. They're not saying any kind of resolution, they're just saying it's HD. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. You can't hear me, but I hate you. By the time this is uploaded, I think, when is this ending? They were saying they were selling out, which is never good. Okay, by the time this is uploaded, this program will be over, but, you know. Ideal world. Not just ideal world. The world that's underselling PCs because they think no one knows about PCs. Just pisses me off. I don't know. I hate them. I hate them so much. Anyway, see you guys.